Hello YouTube. Hey, I am going to make some beef broth today to make some beef hash, some roast beef hash. I won't be using roast beef, but I have some beef chuck riblets here, and I am going to be making my stock with that. I'm going to make, in the next couple of days, I'm going to make just some plain old beef broth. I'm going to make some beef vegetable soup, and I am going to make some Monday evening roast beef hash out of it. That is, and it's not corned beef hash. This is not the place, because this is not it. This is what my mother called hash. It was roast and potatoes mixed with gravy, and it's delicious. And I'm gonna take the meat and I'm gonna off this right here, and I'm gonna make some roast hash to can, some vegetable soup to can, and some bone broth to can. Okay guys, I'm gonna show you how to do it. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I've got my big stock pot here. I'm gonna put just enough of this, I can't afford the good stuff, of this canola oil in there to kind of coat the bottom, just to keep it from sticking as the beef braises. Now I'm gonna put this over here on the stove. Go ahead and give the bottom a good coat. Put that over there. I got my cutting board here, and then I got my beef riblets. As you see, I didn't steal them. They're not paid for with EBT, but it was the cheapest cut of beef that I could find. And well, just face it. Our world's in a tight spot, and right now I'm looking to make me some cheap ass meals so I can survive on my little paycheck. And this is how I do it. I make myself meals out of the cheapest cuts of meat that I can, and make it as good as what I can. But this has a pretty good chunk of meat on it, and I have some little pieces of stew meat that I will put in my jars as I can it. So I will have some in there. But these right here, I'm just going to take and cut these to where I can cut it. I'm just cutting in between the ribs, and you can do all kinds of things with these ribs. They're pretty nice looking ribs. They ain't like, I mean, they're all trimmed up. They're just, this is the cheap part of the people. They just don't sell beef ribs. We used to eat beef ribs, and the things, they'd be that long or longer. They'd be already cut in half. And I remember my mother would make a rib roast, what she called a crown roast, and it looked like something you'd put in front of a king. And we can't afford to eat like it no more. These people, our politicians and our government and our world that we live in has changed so much drastically. I wish all my preps, I still had all my preps, but I got down last year and I had to go through my preps and eat. I had to use my preps, and thank the Lord that I had them. That's the reason you didn't see a lot of videos coming from me last year. It's because I was down and I had no job, and I was injured and I couldn't work, and it was just, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna save my garlic, my onion, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save that for last. So I'll cut it up and put it in the pot. Okay, we got salt, we got some chicken bouillon, we got some celery salt, some Lawry's seasoning, okay, and some parsley, some paprika. Now, I'm cooking with what my mother had in her cabinet. I've got a cabinet full of spices, but I don't want this to be too spicy. I want it to be just right. Oh, I need black pepper. And some bay leaves. There you are. Oh, that's empty. Bay leaves. Till I get ready for it. Okay, so let me move this stuff around a little bit. What we're gonna do now, in this recipe, in my mother's cooking, her main ingredient was Lawry's seasoning salt, okay? And it is good, it really is. I'm gonna put a generous coat on there. And after I get this meat seasoned up, I don't like a whole lot of seasoning on my food. I like it to be flavorful, but I don't want it overpowered with seasoning. All that people putting big thick coats of seasoning on food may be your thing, but you're leading yourself into diabetes and heart problems, and I'm not into all that. Not into that at all. Okay, so there, that's done. And this thing's about half clogged up. It's caking on me. I shouldn't have bought such a big bottle. All right, now we're gonna move over here to our paprika. Now we'll put a lot of paprika on there. I say a lot. You might not call it a lot, but when you give your meat a good coating, but paprika is not. It's just flavor. It doesn't have any heat to it at all. This has good flavor. Okay, a little bit of table salt. I don't use a lot. Don't ask me for no measurements. You see how I'm doing black pepper. Let's give it a good dusting. If you ain't sneezing, you ain't pleasing. All right, now we're gonna hit it with the chicken bouillon. It's salty. Let's give it a good dusting. If you're asking, this was a Starbucks bottle with some holes poked in the top. Some celery salt. Just a little bit. All right. Let's go ahead and, so we don't forget about it, we'll get 2 bay leaves. Now bay leaves, some people don't cook with them. I'm gonna put the 3rd one in there. Some people don't cook with them. But I can tell whenever it's not cooked with bay leaves. If you're making soup, chili, gumbo, anything like that, you better have a bay leaf in there. I'm gonna know it's not in there. You can't tell that it's in there, but you can tell that it's not. Let's put it that way. That's how somebody put it to me one time. All right, we're gonna give this a good coating of parsley. And then we're going to flip this over. Now, I got ADD. I'm going to go with the same spices in the same order, try to, is what I put on the other side. I know it don't matter. It don't matter as long as you get it on there. But I like to be able to see how much of it I'm getting on there. way this stuff is clotted up, I guess they don't put any clotting agents on it, so it will clot up on you. All right, let's put this up. I learned my lesson. That's the kind of stuff that you buy in a small bottle. I've had that bottle forever. It's what I make my gravy with. Cook a lot of pork with. It's good all around seasoning. It really is. All right. Got that done. Okay, I'm gonna kick my stove on. This is my turbo burner. I'm gonna put it on about medium heat. Okay, let it start heating up. In the meantime, we'll get this rusty knife out. Scoot that over to the edge. This is a small onion. I'd like to have a bigger onion, but I just don't. I'm gonna have to go get some more onions. Trying to save every bit of that onion I can. There we go. Oh, you hear that? It's gonna pop. Smoke up. It don't need to do that. This is the pot top. I got onion money, so how about we just put this last onion in there, and then that'll mean one large white onion, or you can use a yellow onion. I wouldn't suggest using a purple onion because they'll turn colors on you. I like purple onions on like hamburgers and stuff like that. They have their place. Let's say that. I really like a good strong purple onion, like on my hamburger and stuff. Alright. So we're going to put this in there after we get our water added to it, because we're going to add a lot of water to this. I'm just cutting it up so it's just going to cook to pieces. Okay, so we got our pan hot. Let's chunk our meat in it. We're going to sear each side of that meat. You got to do this so you can get that flavor in it. That splattered on me. All right. I pretty much, I like to do all my cooking in one pot. I don't like getting a bunch of stuff messed up. Bad enough, I hate messing up a lot of dishes. My sink's so full over here, I need to put them in the dishwasher. Okay, I won't be able to get you up high enough, even if I lifted you up there, to get a picture of this stuff searing. And you can hear it. You hear it? It's just cooking its little self to death over there. And if you don't have a rusty knife like this, use your silver knife. It's okay. I prefer cast iron, and I prefer steel knives, especially old smoky knives, over stainless or anything else. I just prefer rust. That's how you get your iron. That's how you get your iron. Okay, whoop, I'm about to mess up now. Just kid it clean. I ain't got to mess with it later. Alright, garlic. See, two big heaping spoonfuls like this right here of garlic. I know good and well, beef prices are so expensive. A normal roast that this time 2.5 years ago, I was paying $7, less than $7 for a nice roast, and I could cut it up, or I could cook it and make tacos out of it. And it would last me a week. I could feed myself for a week on that one roast. Those roasts are now $25 a piece. I went to get a ham today, and I wouldn't buy it. I didn't have the money to buy it. It was $37 for a ham, and what I would call a Christmas ham, because I mean it's big enough to feed the whole family and half the neighborhood. I mean it was like a 20-pound ham. I mean, it was huge. Nice ham. That's what I wanted. But everything else was spiral cut ham. And I do not like spiral cut ham. I don't like a ham to be cut because it will dry out in the cooking process. And I just don't care for that. I missed my black pepper on my second side. So let's add some. And I do have a bottle of wine, but I'm not going to use it. We don't need nothing that rich. And it's homemade wine, but I'm not going to open a bottle of homemade wine. You might as well say $100 bottle of wine for a $3 jar. Beef broth. I'm not going to do it. It don't need to be that rich. So we're searing this meat. Really starting to look good. You gotta get them. You gotta get that sear on your meat, because if you don't get that sear on the meat, as that meat sticks to the pot, that's all your good flavor for your broth. Okay, so I'm gonna do this right here, and then I'll bring you back. I'm gonna add water to it, and then it's just basically I'm gonna cook this like pretty much overnight. I'll probably cook it till about 10 o'clock tonight on low, and then I'll take it and I won't leave it on the stove, but I will take it and set it off the stove and let it cool off enough that I can put it in the refrigerator, and it won't heat my refrigerator up. And then I'll let my refrigerator cool it off, and then I'll bring it out, and then I'll cook it for a little while longer tomorrow, and then I will figure out how much I need for my, because I'm gonna make myself at least a case of beef hash, a case of vegetable soup, and a case of beef broth that I can make myself. I can use it for anything. I mean, anything that you use beef broth. I like to take it out, like my chicken broth. I like to take it out and I make fried rice. I like fried rice cooked with it. It's incredible. I make Chinese rice. I mean, you can sit down and make Chinese broccoli. I mean, just anything with it. It's good. I mean, at that point right there, I mean, if you've got like a 99-cent jar of beef broth, and you add it to a $3 or a 79-cent, if you heat it up and then add for instance, you put a thing of ramen noodles in it, well, automatically you're getting a healthier substitute for the ramen noodles. I mean, it's automatically healthier, better for you than using the powder out of the ramen noodles. And then I'll take the powder off the ramen noodles and put it in the drawer over here. And whenever maybe I get some that I'll buy some that I really don't care for the flavor for, and maybe get it on a good price or something like that, or buy it to try it and not like it. And it's like I throw that stuff away. I've got packages of, like, say, the pork flavor or the beef flavor or something like that. And I'll just make, instead of using that, I'll put it up, save it, and I'll use like chicken broth, or I'll use some beef broth in there. And then I'll add me some little pieces of chicken, little pieces of beans, and a little can of mixed vegetables or something like that to it, and have a little bit healthier alternative than just plain old ramen noodles. Or even, I caught these on sale the other day for like 25 cents a package. These are star-shaped pastas, chicken and stars. It don't take but like 4 minutes to cook them. It's all about doing what you got to do. Give us a start. Okay, what we got here is 1 cup of cubed potatoes, 1/4 cup of diced meat. It's cubed up meat, like stew meat. And then top that off with 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And our broth has salt in it. And then I topped it off with beef broth, and we got about a inch of headspace, and we'll clean these off. Now, mind you, a lot of people use paper towels. I do not. I use rags with water, and I have 100% sealage. But I work real clean too. Practice makes perfect, huh? This is all hot except for the meat and the potatoes. Meat and potatoes are room temperature. I keep turning my towel or my rag, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. After about the fourth batch that I did, with paper towels, I realized that I was having issues with sealing. And I started using a rag, and I started having a much better success rate. And so it's rag. A rag for me. All right, we're going to start with 12 jars of hash. And yes, I still heat my rings up, or my lids up, because I've got old-fashioned lids. You can do whatever the USDA says. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way because I'm using old-fashioned stuff. Until I run out of the old stuff, I will continue to do it the old way. This is how I do my lids on my rings. That's just a simple coat hanger. These are kind of like room temperature, finger tight. Over here to my hot water. That on low, keep it on low for right now. Ooh, it's hot in here. Yeah, I've been sleeping all day. It's Saturday. Now, if you don't know how to can, you better go find your Canning 101 video to watch. I'm not going through all that. I've done it before, and it just takes so much time to explain it out. I don't have all the time. I need to get some other things done. Back there in the back, vacuuming the floors now. Alright, that's 12 jars. I was able to get 10 in the bottom. Put our little flat piece in there. We got 2 more to go in. Now I've got more jars to take care of. So I'm just gonna set this lid on top here. I ain't gonna fasten it down. I'm just gonna do that to keep things warm. I got to get some more going. 2, 4, 6, 7. That ought to fill us all the way up right there. Let me go get my vegetables. All right. That is, I don't know, about a half a sack of mixed vegetables and about a half a bag of baby lima beans. It's whatever you like. Okay, we don't have a lot of meat, so I'm gonna put 1, 2, 4 pieces in there. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in there. 2, 2, 4 pieces in there. 2, 2, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Not much. There. Okay. Now let's get our potatoes. We're going to do about a half a cup of these. Three-quarters cup, half a cup, something like that. That's way too much. I think I doubled up on that. Vegetable soup's gonna have a lot of potatoes in it. I ain't got about 8 or 9 left, so we're just gonna deal with that. God, it's hot in here. Okay, we're gonna put about a half of a teaspoon of salt in each one. Leave yourself about 1 inch of headspace. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, let's top this off with broth. Well, I like to messed up, didn't I? Oh, I'm sweating. Thank you, air conditioning. Kick on, buddy. Uh-oh. That landed ring side down. Can't have that. Don't get sloppy. It's hot in here. All right, this is gonna be 10 jars right there. And I've got more than half a pot of stock left. So I should be able to get plenty of beef broth out of the deal. Oh Lord, it's hot.